Welcome back, guys. This is John from Critical Spec Gaming. I actually wanted to share this clip with you to talk a little bit about your mental state while playing Overwatch. Also, just to show you this crazy loss we suffered with a 5-stack. It was pretty embarrassing. So, yeah, let's go there. Can we? I do want to give a little bit of a background on some of the banter that was going on back and forth and what kind of happened at the beginning. I don't really think it mattered too much on the outcome of the game because I thought it was kind of funny. As you guys know, I'm actually a Mercy main, but I've been messing with Genji a little bit. So I originally picked Genji. I popped off to see, because I mean they're 5-stack, so I popped off to see what they were going to choose, what they're comfortable with, and had hoped we would go from there. Afterwards, they had filled the Genji role and picked Mercy, and I let the person who was playing Mercy know that I am actually a Mercy main and we might be better off if I were to go Mercy and they were to play like a tank or another DPS or whatever. Completely their choice. They stayed Mercy, so I said, well, I guess I might as well go Soldier because I know I'm not going to make much of an impact with anybody else this round. So that's exactly what I did there. Now, throughout the entirety of this game, I want you guys to keep a really good eye on when I play well and when I play don't. This entire beginning segment, I'm playing relatively well. I'm pacing myself better. I'm staying medium to long range. I'm trying to prioritize targets, the whole 9. However, you'll notice that later in the game, after some events happen, my playstyle changes up and I start getting more frantic and less calculated, and it really affects the overall performance of where we're at. I do also want to mention that for playing with a 5-stack, I didn't feel like the team was very synergized in terms of focus fire, making sure we were doing certain things like being on the payload. so there was all that. I was also very surprised at the lack of ability for the team to do what they were supposed to do. As in, for example, I wound up having Golda limbs damage done and a bunch of other things, which is fine. However, I wasn't really sure why. My main goal is when I'm playing at DPS is to focus on supports, because I've played Mercy. I know how dangerous untouched healer can be. So, yeah. I'm actually surprised he didn't finish me off there with Zult, but unfortunately Mercy took the brunt of it for us. I was able to get away with by the skin of my teeth here. Yeah, and this was great. So here I go to the high ground in hopes to pop my ult. Hey, trade-off. And look at that. Thank God for my team actually popping up, because I think I would have lost that one-on-one. Made sure to focus fire the Mercy first. Obviously, with Mercies especially, you gotta take them out quick, because you never know when they're pocketing a res. I mean, you may think you know, but unless they killed you, it's not 100%. And also that Sombra solo ulted us, which I thought was hilarious, because it had no real impact, and she could have held that for when her team was ready. She clearly chose not to. I chose yet again to let my team know that I had my ultimate ready, just in case they thought I had popped it already. However, I don't think they were in the game chat. I think they were all in a former party chat, so they hopped in to talk a little bit to me and then hopped out in the beginning. So I was kind of riding blind here with this default communication methods. By this point in time, our team has had quite a few deaths and respawns, so we've definitely been trying our best to hold them. It's been interesting to say the least. This I fucked up. This I should have had, but I didn't do so hot.
60 seconds.
I spam thanks there because I don't understand how there was multiple people there and they couldn't handle one McCree by themselves. Rather frustrating to me. Watch this. This is crazy. Idiot. Now you're gonna start to notice a difference in my gameplay. You're gonna notice the shift here. We're at the clutch point. I actually had, well, you missed it, but I had dived in a couple times. Well, one time it gotten killed because I was trying to hold the point for the team, but it just did not work out in our favor. So now you're gonna notice that I've gone through several deaths and between the points I just kept dying. I'd spawn, go out, feed, spawn, go out, feed. I wasn't grouping up. I wasn't playing smart. I was just panicking essentially. That's something you definitely don't want to do, especially as a main player. You really need to group up with your team and try and get things to work. Long story short, I just want to share this with you guys to kind of, you know, show that you can play extremely well, but if your mental state isn't there, it doesn't matter how good your mechanics are, how good your game sense is, or anything. You're gonna plummet. You're not gonna play well. And I feel like that's 90% of the battle with this game, is making sure mentally you're there. You don't necessarily have to be like, oh, I'm gonna win this. You just gotta not have a defeatist attitude. And as soon as I noticed they were being toxic, and at one point they just weren't healing me and topping other people off, as soon as you start to let those things get to you or whatever, it's over. You're basically setting yourself up for an entire failure, and there's no real coming back from that unless you fix your mindset. And luckily I was able to get myself somewhat back to the right point towards the end of the game, but at that point it was too much too late. You know, we lost the first point. It's only the first point, but I allowed that to carry over to the next 2 points. So I guess if there's anything that I'm really trying to say is, you know, stay sharp, enjoy it. It's just a game. I know it sounds so stupid when we say it's just a game. Obviously it's a game. We get that. But we love video games. That's why we do this. You know, that's why we're here. And sometimes we take them a little more seriously than maybe we should, and that affects our ability to enjoy the rounds we're playing. Also, I want to know your guys' opinion below. What do you think? Has there ever been a time that, you know, maybe you could have been less toxic, or maybe you could have been, you know, not such a defeatist? Maybe that would have made a difference for you? Let me know. Either way, I appreciate you guys, as always, for stopping by, watching some of the gameplay that we have, some of the thoughts that Ryan and I have on different games and different strategies, etc. A like would be greatly appreciated, and a share, especially comments. I love to see comments. It's not that common, unfortunately. But I'll be looking forward to see you guys on the next video. Until then.